Good morning and happy Sunday to you, wherever you are in the world. I am looking out of my window at the west side of Manhattan, and it is even emptier than it was yesterday. So quiet. But look, that's the good news. People apparently are following the rules and staying home. So Paddington and I got up around 9 o'clock this morning. Did not wake up too early. And I want to tell you all that there was a piece of news yesterday which I still just can't believe this even happened. The head of FEMA, Pete Gaynor, went before the White House press corps yesterday as the president was talking. And he said that essentially, because there's a shortage of medical supplies, that states in the U.S. could go and buy them abroad. If they couldn't find it here in the U.S. under the Buy America Act that exists under President Trump, that states could go and buy abroad, except Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. Now, it's unfathomable to me how FEMA could send the guy out there, or how the gentleman could go out there and say that and not anticipate some kind of outrage. We're in the middle of a global health emergency, and they're going to not anticipate that might cause some people to say, wait a minute, are you kidding me? So I immediately reached out to FEMA. I actually didn't hear about it. And I think I was on here with you guys when it was said. So I found out about it a few hours later. And I immediately started making some calls. And Jennifer Gonzalez, who is the resident commissioner in Puerto Rico, had already reached out to FEMA and basically said, what the hell? So I called FEMA and they were like, yeah, we're putting together something, a statement. And I could not get it. I could not get it. Like, now is the time, we talk about giving grace and we talk about being bendable, right? Like kind of bending. Now's the time to say, yeah, there's this, whatever it is, Buy America restriction. Like, now's the time to start waiving stuff, okay? Especially this. So I get Ms. Gonzalez on the phone and she says, I called the head of FEMA, Mr. Gaynor, directly, and I was like, hello, wait a minute, what the hell are we doing? And he said he's going to fix it. He has his lawyers working on a fix. So anyway, I published that. You may have already seen it last night. But I talked to FEMA this morning and I was like, where's the official announcement? I want an official announcement saying that you've waived this, And she said, I was told it's already been fixed, waived, like no problem. We will send you a statement. So I just got off the phone with FEMA. That's why I bring that up. Looks like a couple new cases in Puerto Rico of people who contracted the virus on the western side of the island. Also today, the 87-year-old Marine is set to leave the Mayaguez Medical Center. So I am waiting on getting an update from them on that, including some pictures to share with all of you. And Louisiana was where I did a story yesterday. I was getting a lot of messages. I'm from Louisiana, so people in Louisiana were messaging me and saying, David, listen, why are we not hearing more about what we're dealing with on the news? Because per capita, Louisiana is either first or second in terms of COVID cases nationally, per capita. So, I think Louisiana has less than 4.5 million, but their cases are almost as much or more than California, which has, more than more than 10 million people. So I did an interview with Dr. Rebecca Gee, who is the head of the LSU Sciences Center in Louisiana. And one of the things she talked about that was very interesting was that they believe one of the contributors to the spread of coronavirus in Louisiana was Mardi Gras, which occurred about a month ago in Louisiana. And she said at the time they believe the virus, you have tens of thousands of people packing in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. And she said not only coming in contact, but she said also throwing the beads could have transferred the virus as they were thrown off of floats. Somebody received it, shared it with somebody else, so on and so forth. So anyway, that's kind of the morning briefing of what I've been following. And I I've been trying to work out for the last 2 days and never got outside because I've literally been sitting here consumed by everything. And there's one other thing that I want to share with you. You may have already seen it in my reporting. Puerto Rico has something very cool that I've never seen before. And if you go to the airport in San Juan now, they have these thermal cameras which are using lasers to take the temperature of every passenger who's arriving on either a domestic or an international flight. And they believe they are the only airport compared to the U.S. states to have this technology that is screening every single passenger who is coming out. And they're looking for a temperature of 100.3 or higher. If the system detects that, then an alarm goes off and that person is pulled over, so to speak. You want to see something before we start bringing people in? Look at this nugget. Look at that nugget sleeping right there. It was funny, this morning he was barking, he wanted a blanket, and I took this blanket away from him because he was eating it. And he was standing on, he was grabbing it, and I said, Paddington. I was cutting some apple, and I said, Paddington. And he didn't get down. I said, Paddington. He didn't get down. And I said, Boricua. And he jumped down and he ran over to me, and I was like, oh, so you really are a Puerto Rican dog. Even if you weren't born in Puerto Rico, even if you didn't come from Puerto Rico, you are a Puerto Rican. Huh, patty cakes. Now he's going to sleep. Okay, let's start bringing people in. Here we go. Here we go. Here.
Hey!
Where are you?
Oh my God, I'm so happy. I've been trying for the last few days to contact you.
Well, you made it. You're not driving, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right now. I'm stopping.
Okay. Please.
Yeah, you're ready to stop. So, hi, David.
Hello.
I live in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Okay, what's your name?
I am elementary teacher. So, my new thing is to teaching from distance. But here's the thing, I'm an elementary teacher. Not all my kids have a computer, have a cell phone. So we have to make some change. And instead of teaching like daily, we have to teach like weekly. You know what I mean?
I do, and that's a very good point. What's your name, by the way?
Genesis.
Genesis. Okay, that's a very good point because, you know, Genesis, we've heard from a lot of parents who've said,
Yeah.
listen, I'm not able to meet the expectations that the teachers are setting because, number one, I'm not a teacher. Number two, I've got other kids in the house. And number three, I'm working from home myself. So what I want to know from you is, are you as a teacher willing to bend a bit? Are you going to hold the students to the same expectation you would in the classroom? Or are you going to understand sort of some of the constraints that the parents are going through?
I understand. For example, I teach science and math. If I have a test for science, I just modify the assessment to a little shorter, but completing the objects for the week. You know what I mean?
I do.
It's more, I don't know, it's more work for me, of course, but it's a difficult circumstances for all the people because we are on the same boat, like we said over here in Puerto Rico. You have like parents that they hopefully are free at home and they can sit down with their kids 8 hours a day. But like you said before, you have parents that they work and they have 2 or 3 kids and they are doing the same thing.
So what are you hearing from your parents?
I have both sides. At the beginning of last week, I just sent a lot of assessment and then they like returning like, hey, miss, but I don't understand Google Drive. I don't understand Google Classroom. And that's okay because, okay, I'm a millennial and I grow up with those things, but you have like different kinds of parents. So we have to lower the objectives and just
lower the bar. You don't have to lower the standards, so to speak, but just give exceptions. So my last question to you is, have you told the parents that you're going to start doing 1 week plans instead of every day, or do you have to get the permission from your administration before doing it?
No, my administration just sent it that last week. I already started last week with daily, but then of the same week we modified to weekly.
Understood. What school do you teach at?
I teach at Bonneville School, San Juan, Puerto Rico.
I'm surprised you're out and about with the rules. People aren't supposed to be out and about, Genesis. I don't want you to get in trouble.
No, I'm just picking my foot.
Okay, good. Well, it's nice to talk to you, and thank you for doing what you're doing as a teacher.
Can I take a picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There you go. Thank you, David.
You're welcome, Genesis. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's really good to hear that a teacher is going to make some exceptions. You know, I mean, that's what we need. That's what we need everybody to do. We need everybody to bend a bit, you know, landlords, bosses.
Oh my God.
Good morning. What is your name?
My name is Mara Saldana.
What's your situation?
I'm in Atlanta airport right now.
Okay.
I actually work with FEMA
Okay.
in a disaster in Iowa.
Okay.
So every single FEMA employee for my disaster in Iowa was sent home and worked from home.
Okay.
So I was actually working from a hotel for this week, and they just told us you have to go home. So I did work the disaster in Puerto Rico, and everybody in Puerto Rico is doing the same thing. I'm just a little concerned because I see a lot of people here. There was barely anybody on my first flight in Iowa, in Des Moines.
And you're on your way to Puerto Rico?
Right now, I'm at the terminal.
But you're going to Puerto Rico?
Yes.
And are you going there to work for FEMA?
I'm actually working for disaster in Iowa. Okay?
Why are you going to Puerto Rico?
Because FEMA sent all the reservists home to work from home. And my home is Puerto Rico.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right.
I look terrible. I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't look bad. You don't look bad.
I was at the airport at 4 o'clock in the morning. My flight was at 5. So.
Oh, bless you. What do you want us to know? I can tell there's something on your mind. What do you want us to know?
I mean, there's a disaster declared in every single state, everywhere. I guess we should listen to the government, everybody, to stay home. I see a lot of people going shopping, groceries. I'm concerned. Once I get home, I'll be hiding from my family. I don't know. I'm just concerned. I'm looking at this lady right here. I see a lot of people at the airport, and it makes me nervous, which I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be.
It makes you nervous for yourself or for them?
Everybody.
I hear you. Okay, take a deep breath. We all
you know what?
Together.
And the thing is that I'm also a yoga instructor. I should be managing this.
Have you meditated?
I have tried. It's really hard. Yeah.
Okay. I hear you. Listen, it's not going to be easy. We're all in this together. You just got to get home and get yourself indoors.
Yeah.
I wish you had a mask to travel with and some gloves.
I don't have a mask. I could just cover my face like this. I do have gloves, but I have so much baggage. They didn't even charge for my luggage.
They did not charge?
No, Delta.
Wow, that's nice.
I had 4 suitcases.
That's nice. At
least. So I'm not the only Puerto Rican that is traveling from Iowa.
Yeah.
I know there's like at least 8 people and at least 4 FEMA.
Right.
So, right. I mean, we have to work from home, remote.
All right. Well, listen, get home safe. You gonna be all right. And I've been thanking everybody for their service. So thank you for the service you're doing.
No, no, no. Thank you, because you keep everybody informed.
Well, we're gonna keep doing this so that there's a community for people to be heard. Okay, have a safe flight.
Yes. So I'll hope. Yeah. I just heard from you from saying that we'll be getting temperatures. So I'm just okay.
Yeah,
All
when
right.
you get there, your temperature will be checked and you won't even know it. Listen, somebody just wrote, "I am one of your yoga class students. Thanks for coming back home."
I'm a big. I used to write for a newspaper in Puerto Rico for yoga. I
Is
used to
that
have a radio show in Puerto Rico for yoga, and I
okay?
stopped doing that to work.
Hey, why don't you do some yoga classes on here? It would help you. It would help other people. Why don't you do it?
I've been requested to do that, so I will do
Do it.
that.
Don't we all think, come on, community, don't we all think she should do it? Y'all write in the comments, do it, do it, do it. Listen, you would help yourself. You would help everybody else. Just fire up Instagram and do some yoga.
All right. I'll do that. Well,
Have a
you
safe-
gotta. I hope you get into my classes then.
You hope I get into your classes then.
Well,
Listen, have a safe flight. Thank you, love.
thank you. You take
Okay,
care. Thank
bye-bye.
you.
Oh, Lord, she looks so nervous. I was getting nervous for her. Oh, I was getting nervous for her. Paddington? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, my boy? What are you doing, patty cakes? You know what I'm going to do, guys? Stand by 1 second. I'm going to get my work cell phone because I'm using this cell phone, but I want to have my work cell phone in case work calls. Stand by. Patty cakes. Okay, back. Come on, people now.
Oh, hi! How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, I'm fine, thank you. How you been?
I am getting by. I'm getting by. I'm enjoying these chats. What is your name? Where are you in the world?
I'm Cynthia. I'm in Puerto Rico, Dorado, Puerto Rico.
Okay. All right. So there's a lady from Italy who's on the line here, and I'm interested to hear from Gastronomic Adventures Italy. So please request to do something, and after I talk to this lady, I will bring you in. Okay.
Sure,
So
sure.
where are you in Puerto Rico, love?
I'm in Dorado, Puerto Rico. I work for a medical office.
Okay.
I work for a doctor.
Tell me about your new normal.
My new normal, before the governor closed, order so everybody stay home. 2 days before, we work closed doors by phone and one patient at a time, because my doctor, she take care of patients from every age. She's a general doctor, and after that we're still working, but because here an order came down, so the small offices can work, accept patient by phone.
Okay, good.
So that's what we are doing. We are helping all the people that that make that call. We send every I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I've never done this before.
That's okay. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. And so we are doing everything by phone, labs order.
Who are you accepting? Like my doctor's office said we're closing temporarily. So like which patients are you accepting to see?
Everybody.
Okay, so
all
you're seeing
all ages. Yeah.
But you're not telling people we'll only see the most you know, sick people? Like anybody?
No, everybody. If people are very sick or telling that they have coronavirus symptoms, so the doctor, well, my boss, she will direct everybody where to go, what can they do, but she still, if they like to have a labs or medication, or, you know, she's helping.
Okay, that's great. But some doctors are saying if you're not really sick and you can just kind of get through it, stay home. So
no, everybody it's at home. She's attending everybody by phone.
Yeah.
Telephone call.
I get it. So she's not seeing anyone in person.
No, not seeing everybody. No.
Understood.
Just by phone. You know, try to help, because
I love it.
In Puerto Rico, after all this emergency, said that the small office can take care of patients by phone, by phone call. You know.
Got it. That's really good. That's really good.
She's trying to help. You know.
I love it.
In a way, yeah. But most of the small offices are closed. But remember, people need their refill, their medication, like for the blood pressure, for the heart, for the diabetes people. You know, they still need that medicine. So that's what most of the time that we are doing. And here in Puerto Rico, we have another respiration virus that is that's called I don't know in English, but it's mycoplasma.
Mycoplasma,
So,
yeah.
Mycoplasma. Yeah. That's a lot of people. I don't know if you know, but here in Dorado, we have a very, very, very amount of people getting sick from that too. And that is like a walking pneumonia. That's how they call it here. Right. And if people don't get attention for that, they might get sicker with the coronavirus, you know. So, doctor, we are very concerned about that. And influenza, we've been having influenza A. So a lot of people have both influenza and mycoplasma at the same time. And it's been running here in Dorado. So that's what she's doing right now. You know, try to help to get everybody with those kind of viruses getting better, because if here get worse, so it will be so much complicated, you know, having all of that.
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for weighing in and letting us know what's happening there.
I'm sorry, we are here cleaning and doing different tasks at home.
Oh,
so we don't get, you know.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Nice to talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I've been, you know, in touch with all of the your information, and I love it. We appreciate that. Great. And thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for, you know, for your job and everything that you do every day. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that, and have a wonderful day. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk to the person from Italy, though I don't know if she is on here.
Hello.
Hello.
You always catch me on guard.
Are you the lady from yesterday?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
How funny. So this lady was picking up, I think you were picking up some stuff from the store yesterday, right?
Yes.
I remember you saying how interested in politics your 17-year-old son is.
Oh, yeah. And right now he's sleeping. I tell him if I get to talk to him again, I would love for you to talk to him. But right now he's sleeping.
All right. So do you have an update for us? I mean, you asked to go live again. So do you have an update?
Oh, well, you know, the new normal is getting up every morning and trying to get myself as well as I can, like dress, get my hair done, feel like, you know, I'm going out there even though I'm staying in. You know, basically that's my new normal. And that the supermarkets are not closing, so my husband is working full-time at the supermarket. So people don't go crazy buying stuff. You know, we're going to have food for a long time.
Yeah, let's just clear up a little bit of confusion here. There was a rumor, an inaccurate rumor, most rumors are,
Yeah,
that the supermarkets were closing and they were going to run out of food. It's not the case.
it's not true.
So that is not true. They've got
No.
food. The ports in Puerto Rico are open. Ships
Uh-huh.
can continue to arrive. So there shouldn't be any concern about there being a run out of food.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not true.
All right, good.
There's going to be food.
I'll let you go back to cleaning. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, here's my little one, Marco. Say hi.
Marco.
Marco, say hi. Hola. Hola.
Hola.
He's the one that I told you that is in the autism spectrum. So I've been taking care of his therapies too here in the house.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of work.
Of course it is. Thank you for what you're doing as a mom.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. What's the matter? What's the matter? You want to come lay by Daddy?
Hi, David.
Hi, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Is that better?
That is better. Yeah, what's your name?
Michelle, we've spoken before.
Oh, we have. Okay. You got an update or something?
I actually sent you a message on something that I think might help, and I don't want to put it on here because I don't want to start more craziness than there already is.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I appreciate the context and the candor. So why don't you, I don't know what the message is, so why don't you send it to me again, and when I'm done with this, I'll check it out.
Good.
Okay.
And, David, one thing that concerns me a lot is all three of my children are on the autism spectrum.
Yes.
And I spoke to a teacher. Classes start back up virtually on the 30th.
Okay.
And when I asked about children, here it's called an IEP, an individual education plan.
Right.
When children that are special needs, how is that going to be handled? And they don't know. And that's very, very concerning because it's not like children in regular classes.
Are you talking about in Puerto Rico?
No. I'm in Florida.
Okay, in Florida. Okay, so Florida doesn't have, okay. So you haven't gotten any clear direction as to how you should be teaching.
I spoke to one of my son's former teachers, and she said, basically, they're lost. This is all new to everybody, and, I am assuming that, yes, there will be tolerance and patience. This is new to everyone, but it's very, very concerning because their classes are so different than regular students.
I hear you.
A lot more structure.
Okay.
Hi, David.
Hi.
That's Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, I hear you. I mean, listen, in a time like this, I always like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and see if they could, they would, but they're trying to figure it out. So let's hope let's hope they get something together soon.
Yeah. What's in the Ziploc behind you?
The Ziploc behind me are Paddington's treats. It's treats. So I've been while we're doing this, I just take little pieces off, and this is chicken. And so he gets it, and anyway, keeps him happy and keeps me happy.
Awesome.
So,
how do you call it? I have a twisted sense of humor, and I've been trying to ask you this question. Is claro still your favorite Spanish word?
Still my favorite because of the story. Claro. Anyway, thanks for weighing in again, and send me that message.
I will.
Okay, bye-bye. Claro. I think you've had enough after this. I'm going to have to hide the bag so you don't even see the bag. I'm going to have to hide it so you don't see it. Hello.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm good. What is your name?
My name
Uh-oh.
is Myra. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you?
I'm in New York City. I'm a school teacher here in New York City.
Okay, it's
and we're
breaking
just
up.
getting our.
It's
Oh,
breaking up pretty bad, but we'll try it. So you're in your classroom?
no, I actually, this is my home classroom. I'm sitting at my dining room table.
Oh,
I made a home classroom here because we're doing our remote learning starting tomorrow. And
okay.
we're just trying to keep it as normal as we can for our students.
I love this. So everything down to
Yeah.
the look. So if I'm a student and I'm talking to you, it looks like you're in a classroom. I love this. This is
Yeah, I
good.
brought a lot of the stuff home from, we do different programs. So this is Foundations. This is our little owl that they use to do the letters, our sight words, because I teach K, and just some of the charts and things that we're used to having in our classroom so that once we do go on Zoom, hopefully starting tomorrow, we could at least get our morning meetings together and try to get the whole class together.
You know, I don't know if you saw the Puerto Rico teacher that I talked to a short time ago in San Juan, who was talking about sort of being bendable, and they're no longer like daily lesson plans. It's a week thing, and it gives the parent a little more flexibility to get the project done at their pace, right? Are
Yep.
you doing that as well?
I am. I actually teach in the Bronx. I teach in one of the poorest congressional districts in the country. So a lot of our students are in temporary housing. A lot of our students don't have the access to computers and laptops. We did what we could in terms of getting tablets and things out. We made sure to class dojo our parents and board the New York City Public School Department's education information so that parents can request technology, because the DOE is going to have, they say, up to 300,000 pieces of technology available for parents. Different companies have stepped up. I know T-Mobile and Apple have stepped up, and they were partnering with the DOE to be able to get those things out to our students. So it's been really helpful. As a teacher, I reached out to Sussman Education, which is one of our vendors, that we like to call them part of our family at our school. And they're sending me, I do read alouds in English and Spanish daily, twice a day through Instagram Live. I learned how to do it, and I've been doing it for a few days. So they're actually going to send me some more books so that I'll be able to continue to do it for as long as this lasts.
What kind of engagement are you getting from parents and students?
I've been getting quite a few views. Right now, I had only sent out my little flyer to my students and to the students in, I have elementary school age kids, to their teachers, and they shared it with their classrooms. And we just, we want to keep kids engaged. We want to make this as normal as we possibly can, get that social emotional aspect out. It's all about relationships at the end of the day. Kids learn when they feel that they're loved. So as long as we're keeping those lines of communication open for them, then to me, that's the best I can do. And if I could do it through reading a book, and some of them are, I have a few people saying, I'm learning Spanish because you're reading the books in English and Spanish to us. It's what I could do.
Pause for a minute and say it again for all the people in the back so they can hear.
Relationships are the basis of everything.
Okay, but there's an even better one. Kids learn when they feel
loved. And they know that they're cared about. Kids learn best when they feel loved. So, it is, if we, in our classroom, our kids sing Bob Marley's Three Little Birds every morning. So I went ahead and put that up on Google Classroom so that they can go ahead and listen to it, because we taught our kids that we're a flock of birds. I have a wonderful, I'm an ICT class, so I have a wonderful co-teacher. And that's what we do every morning before we start the day. We sing together. We tell each other, don't worry about a thing. Everything's going to be all right. And who knew that it was going to be so relevant this year? We just have to make sure that everybody, it's a stressful situation. Parents are stressed out. So I know the kids are feeling the stress. I have my own little ones. She's saying hi. You want to say hi? Say hi to David. That's Amalia. We're just, we want to make sure that people are not as stressed, and our kids feel stressed. And we already have kids who have a lot of other trauma associated with their lives. If you look at the ACEs, those adverse childhood traumas are something that, those experiences are something that affect how children learn. So we have to try to mitigate those as best we can by keeping things as normal and as fun as possible. Of course, we already have our lessons up there and we have our teaching expectations, but at the end of the day, for us, I know for my co-teacher and for our principal, it's making sure that our kids are safe, and that they know that they can reach out to us, and that they know that
we're providing for them in any way that we can, whether it's a quick call or a Zoom session or an Instagram live feed.
Do you feel better having said all of this? I can see it just coming off your chest.
I do, because I mean, it's a daunting thing to, you know, be in the classroom on Friday, and we always give our hugs at, you know, in our class every morning, the kids either choose a high five, a hug, or a shimmy dance to say, you know, how they want to welcome themselves to the classroom. And so Friday was kind of goodbye as usual. So I want everybody to know out there that teachers, we care. We're doing the best that we can. This is a new learning curve for everyone. And you know, we're going to get through this together. Our kids are going to come out stronger. They're resilient. And I think that this is going to be a great, just new thing for education, because there's a lot of reform. Inequities inequities are now blaring, and we can see who is in need and what's in need. And we need to do better to get it to all children. It's as simple as that.
So the world is now your classroom, thanks to this technology. So I'm going to give your Instagram handle to parents who may be anywhere, who maybe want to listen
well, this
to
is
you
actually my personal one. My professional one, where I'm doing the read alouds, is MS. So Miss MS COCODIAZ _EDU. So it's Miss Coco Diaz _EDU. And I'm doing bilingual read alouds at noon and at 8 p.m. for bedtime, Monday through Friday. My kids have been joining me. I have a 4-year-old and an almost 7-year-old. And so they've been participating in the read alouds too. So, you know, just enjoy it. Yeah, Miss Coco Diaz _EDU. And I hope that you guys follow. Thank you, David, and thank you. I'm a New Yorican, but my heart is in Puerto Rico. My grandparents are there, and we're there, and I spent my childhoods there. So everything that you've done for PR, I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. And you're just absolutely wonderful. So again, thank you for, you know, what you've been doing for us and for our people, and really putting it out there that Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. We are citizens, born citizens, and they deserve a fair share on the island.
I would give you a big old hug if I could. Thank you for what you're doing.
Well, I'm in New York, so virtual hug. We've been doing the elbows in the class. Virtual
Here
elbow.
you go. Here you go. Hey, listen, when we're done, why don't you go and type in the comments? When we're done, why don't you type in the comment section right now that Instagram handle again, so people can go and follow your teacher account.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you. I see people already adding, so thank you, and I'll be on tomorrow at noon. So thank you, everyone, and God bless, and please stay healthy. Take care.
Blessings. Love that. Love her. Love that. Love what she's doing. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, so good. Come sit on Daddy's lap. Hello.
Hey, David. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. Doing good. Here in Puerto Rico.
Yes. Have we talked before?
Yes, we have. We have talked about the earthquakes, and we talked a little bit about our team that we're reaching out to people at Guanica in Puerto Rico.
Oh, wait a minute. But we haven't talked on since the whole pandemic thing started.
Yes, we haven't.
We have not. Yeah, you're a doctor, right?
Yes, I am. I'm a psychiatrist.
Okay, I remember. So you're the man from Dorado who reached out to me, and you were doing some outreach in the southern part of the island. Nice to see you again. Let everybody know your name.
My name is Jose Luis.
Okay, and what are you doing? Let's start off with your new normal. What is your new normal?
My new normal is this beard.
Looking good.
Thank you. My coffee, 24/7, and talking to people on the internet, on Zoom, and exhorting people to go out and be sure that they have their TV, their cell phones, and their equipment on, as we are going to be communicating strategies in order to receive care through the phone. You'll be surprised that here in Puerto Rico, the psychologists did not have a chance to do telehealth, which is a service that has been doing in the state for lots of years. I train in New York, and I train in Syracuse, New York, in upstate SUNY. And this type of service has been around for a while. Now, for psychologists in Puerto Rico, the Senate, due to the crisis, put out a project in order to have psychologists to reach out to people in Puerto Rico through telehealth. Obviously, we are instituting all our protocols to include them. We had in the past doctors, psychiatrists that were able to talk to people through telehealth systems. The people were able to have an evaluation, a mental health evaluation, and also have their prescriptions filled. However, the piece for psychologists were not instituted, and that is because at the time in Puerto Rico, psychologists were excluded for telehealth services. Now with this pandemic, give us the opportunity to bring this subject again. Actually, the licensing agency for psychologists here in Puerto Rico did a great movement. They had their voices heard, and now we are instituting protocols in order for them to reach out to people starting March 14th up to June 20th. Now, this is part of the pandemic response. It's not part of what we were doing, or any psychologists were doing in Puerto Rico, as we were not covered. I'm not a psychologist, I'm a psychiatrist. I'm speaking for the psychologists.
You're a medical doctor, yeah.
Yes, I'm a psychiatrist. I'm a medical doctor with a specialty in psychiatry and a subspecialty in forensics. So I'm actually a forensic psychiatrist. So with that being said, I don't know if you've been to my page. I've been given live videos in order to instruct people or have them cognizant of the fact that have their cell phones on, have their computers on, have them properly powered. So when we do these interventions, the signals are not getting disconnected or the service is interrupted. So it's been a blessing that we are now able to reach out to people in their homes to give them the psychology and the psychiatry support, mental health support that they do need. It is important to say that in psychiatry and mental health, we're not talking only about medications. Medications is part of the treatment. And as a response, and just going back a little bit with the earthquake, when we were visiting people in the in the tents and in the places that they had in different municipalities in Puerto Rico, you'll be surprised that most people were looking for psychological interventions, just to ventilate their emotions. Most of them were not looking for medications. Obviously, for those people that had previous diagnosed conditions that were using medications, certainly the exposure of physicians to them were helpful because we were able to renew their medications. But you'll be surprised that most people were moving away from medications that were making them sedated or somehow less able to respond quickly to a situation that might arise from the containment in their municipalities.
Tell me, what is the page that people can go to follow you to get some sort of counseling?
Well, we are at this moment, what we're doing is that we are having a electronic message that when people call to our servers, to APS, they do have an electronic message to wait for us to call us. If they want a telephonic intervention, then they can press 1 and we call them back. Okay, right. So this is part of APS initiative to reach out for people. At this point, the executive order contains people from 9 p.m. up to 5 a.m. in the morning. But during the day, the clinics are open. But we are, through our page, apshealth.com, we are letting people know that even though our clinics are open, we are strongly encouraging that wait for our call so we can reach them at home. Obviously, some people don't have electronic devices and they may have particular situations that they have to reach out to the clinics. So in that sense, we do have checkpoints in all of our clinics to make sure that individuals that present a fever, don't come into the clinic. We can, if they are asking for medications, we can go out and fill their prescriptions. But we are trying to have less people coming into our clinics.
Yeah.
And especially for those people that are showing symptoms, fever above 100 Fahrenheit, above 37.8 Celsius, we are having them wait for us in the areas. We give them the prescription and give them the instruction to be available through the phone, so we can give them psychological support as well.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. So, okay, so apshealth.com, is there a phone number if people need it?
Yes, it's actually at apshealth.com. There's the phone that they can call. And actually in there, they have a prompt that tells them if they want a telephonic intervention, they can press option 1. Also, we are also instructing people to reach out for Linea Paz, which is the AMSCA or the SAMHSA correspondent of in the States. SAMHSA is the regulator of any mental health issue and substance abuse. Here in Puerto Rico is AMSCA, and in there we have a hotline, which is the hotline that we use for emergencies. But we're also telling people that they don't have to wait for an emergency to call that line. They have clinical personnel that can also make psychological interventions. So,
the number, just the number if anybody wants it, 787-641-9133, 787-641-9133.
That is correct.
Good. I love that doctors are doing more telehealth stuff, and I love that Puerto Rico is making it possible for them to do so. Anything else you want to say before we go? Yes,
we are hearing from the governor that people are still coming out of their houses unnecessarily. The best way to treat this pandemic is to stay home. We do know that staying home is not easy. We have heard from your videos, people telling us their day-to-day new life.
Yeah.
And we want to say to everybody that the priority now is your health.
Amen.
The priority now is not getting contaminated and not contaminating others. And as you said before, other things will have to give. This is not the time to be very strict. We really need to focus on what the priority is, and the priority is to stay healthy.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate it. From Dorado, Puerto Rico. Thank you for what you're doing.
Sure. Thank you for what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
That is so good to have that happening, you know, telehealth, and it's wonderful. Wonderful.
With me? Oh my God. Oh my
Hi.
God. Hola. Hello.
Good morning. What is your name?
Morning. My name is Veronica.
Okay. Where are you in the world, Veronica?
I'm in Atillo, Puerto Rico.
Idea. Okay.
Yes, I'm a teacher.
Okay. We've heard from a lot of teachers today. Tell us your new normal.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit nervous. My new normal is I did actually updated my Edmodo app. Whew. And I'm doing like small video clips of my classes.
Okay.
To my students to get the examples and explanations of the classes.
And what is this? Where do people go to see these clips that you're doing?
It's called, the app is Edmodo. Okay, this is my daughter Natalia.
Hi, Natalia.
Hi.
Good Lord,
Sorry.
she's got some beautiful hair. Cute, cute kid.
Thank you. The app is called Edmodo.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce that in English.
Well, that's okay. So that's the app that your school is using, that parents can go and download, and then they can see
the
your
app, most of my other colleagues were using it at school.
Yeah.
I was one of the few that was not using it until now. Sorry for that. And since my class is math and it's like trigonometry and some other, oh my gosh, advanced themes.
Trigonometry. Hold on, you're gonna make my heart skip a beat here. I couldn't run far enough away from trigonometry.
So I'm gonna reach out for some of my boards.
Trigonometry. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I've been using this and some small videos for my students to explain them whatever we were doing it at class.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be my new normal until we get back to our classrooms.
What grade do you teach, and what is the classroom? What is the school?
It's 11th grade and senior years, and the school it's like a STEM school for you guys. It's a school specialized in science and math in Vega Baja. Natalia recently turned 6.
Happy birthday!
Actually, her birthday party was like crashed by the coronavirus. Like most of the people did not came.
I hear that.
And that has been like my stash for this stay at home. Like whatever leftovers. Natalia, careful. Permiso.
That's okay. That's okay. Listen, we're all crawling the walls. We are all Natalia. Well, listen, thank you for weighing in. I love what you're doing with the boards and the app, and this is gonna change teaching forever. You know, I think once we go back to school, we're gonna continue to use this stuff. It's gonna change school as we know it.
I have to admit, it's changing. I was like afraid to my board and my classroom and the textbooks. So I'm one of the of those that been forced to move to technology.
But guess what? You did it, and it's going to get better. And I think hopefully it will make things easier for you once you start to feel more comfortable with it. I thank you for weighing in, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Okay,
bye.
love. Bye-bye. How sweet. How sweet it is to be loved by you. See, y'all don't want me singing, but that's the point that we at. We are now at the point where I'm going to start singing to you on Instagram. God bless y'all. Ain't nobody want to hear me sing.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, David?
I am okay.
Hi, I'm here with my fiance. We're here in Massachusetts, but we're both from Puerto Rico.
Okay, what are your names?
Johannes.
I'm Joel Ramos.
Okay, nice to meet you both. Tell me about that new normal in Massachusetts.
Well, I work in a hospital, so I still have to go to work. He's working from home. They're trying to limit visitors and take measures where I work as much as possible. But it's been hard and it's been slow, I think. And just trying to do our best, I guess.
Did you say you work at the hospital?
Mm-hmm. I work in a hospital.
What do you do?
I'm a child psychiatrist.
Oh, wow. Bless you.
So I work in an inpatient psychiatric unit. A lot of the kids have been there for more than a week, a couple of weeks. So the world is so different now from when they first got there. But just trying to stay calm, and it's frustrating because they're like, what do you mean my grandparents or my siblings can't visit me? And what do you mean only so-and-so can visit at a time? But we're just trying our best.
How are y'all? Are y'all okay?
We're doing good. I wrote to you a few days ago that my wedding in Puerto Rico got postponed.
Oh, that was you. That was you.
This is us. Yes, it's us. And we're very thankful that all the vendors are really helping. Really, they're very so considerate, and they're helping out. They're sending us, very encouraging messages. And we're very encouraged. We're seeing a lot of videos of people getting married on New York streets and Spain. And I'm hearing the hashtag love in the time of Corona. And it's been very, very, very encouraging for the both of us. So, it's been. What's that?
There's going to be a lot of coronavirus babies entering the world in about 9 months.
Oh, totally.
So tell me, Joel, what do you do working from home?
I work at the Harvard Extension School, and I'm an online producer. So I get 12 professors a semester, and I help them translate their courses to online learning. And so I've been very busy because Harvard as a whole has basically transferred everything online. So a lot of my courses that they never use Zoom. So I've been, training them, helping them move all their tests online. So I'm just basically home answering emails from a lot of worried professors, but they've been great. They've been able to do it.
Are y'all going to wait and just get married once this settles, or are y'all going to do one of these crash weddings that people are doing on the street?
Maybe both.
Maybe both. At this point, we don't know. I know. No, don't worry. We don't know yet. We don't even know if Boston City Hall is open.
Right.
We don't know when it's going to happen, but our wedding definitely will happen next year. We just don't. We're waiting for some confirmation from some vendors, but we're staying hopeful. Family and friends back in Puerto Rico, they're all, they're staying. Tommy Torres, I don't know if you know him or heard of him, did a great concert last night that kept us entertained. And we're basically just staying put, waiting it out, calling loved ones constantly. We're doing Zoom hangouts with friends. Video games, anything we can do. We just yesterday. We drove around Boston just looking at houses to see if we can buy a house later in the future.
Well, here's the funny thing. One man somewhere, I think in the Midwest, said, why don't we put up Christmas lights and do Christmas all over again, because people can drive around and look at it and you don't have to get out your car. So there's social distancing. So this town did it. People started stringing up Christmas lights at their house and people did it. Let me ask you, for parents who may be watching, as a child psychiatrist, what would you offer them in terms of guidance about talking to their children? Should we force the conversation? Should we invite it, or only bring it up when they do?
I think so. Where I work, we invited a forum for it. Like, we set up a forum for it, because I think at this point, like, kids know, most kids know something is going on. And I think it's, better if it comes from a place of like people who they trust, and from a place of people seeming like they are calm and cautiously and appropriately concerned, but also like being there to protect them as much as they can. The Academy for Child and Adolescent Psychiatrists, which is ACAP, also has guidelines of like questions and answers and how to talk to your kids about that. So obviously, I'm not gonna like go right now, but you can. It's definitely available on the internet. Just a plug for that if people are having a hard time talking to their kids. I also didn't know this was gonna happen. I just realized I just woke up. I'm in my PJs and I like.
Oh, honey, you are all of us. You want to see my hat hair? It's a hot mess. Okay, like, you are all of us. Listen, but what is that website that people can go to get the guidance?
So the American Academy for Child and Adolescent Psychiatry set up, put like some like guidelines on how to talk to kids about that. I know we just basically told kids like some of the facts and told them that we are doing our best to protect them, and answered questions as much as they could, and also offered a lot of validation, because it's frustrating. Like, this kid was like, oh, like, why can't like my sibling come? Like, that's terrible. And it's hard to explain to kids that like we're all in this together. We're all putting our own personal sacrifices, and as hard as it is, like, we are doing it for the common good of everybody. But of course, when you're like a kiddo, it's hard to understand why this is happening, and why it has to affect you. But I honestly have noticed that they've been extremely like resilient and understanding about it, which has been refreshing. So yes.
Do you have a sister named Naomi?
I do.
Yeah, she's watching right now.
Well, she said, I randomly turned this on and my sister is on.
Yep. Hi, honey, I love you. And she's also a social worker, and she works. She's still like seeing her clients and doing telepsychiatry. Telemedicine in some way, which is also a lot of what's going on here with at least with psychiatry.
There she is here.
I think it's tricky because people see like psychiatry sometimes as like, oh, like you're not in the front lines or whatever, but like we're still working, we're still out there and just trying to minimize contact as much as possible and just supporting other fields and also trying to figure out ways that we can still treat our patients without being face to face with them and trying to save up like PPE for the people who are like actually there needing to be one-on-one with patients. So there's a lot of like phone psychiatry, phone.
Ay, ay, ay. The Instagram police caught us again. So it is 11:02 on the East Coast. We were talking to that lovely couple there in Boston, and we got kicked off because we hit the 1 hour limit. So I'm going to give everybody a chance to get back on, and then we will resume. Hi again, everyone. So it is 11:03 here in New York. We were just talking to the lovely couple from Boston, Massachusetts, Joel and his fiance. And the Instagram police got us. We can only do an hour, and then it cuts us off. So somebody keep me honest. 11:02, that's the drop dead deadline. So keep me honest on that, okay? To Joel and his fiance, we wish you all the best. All the best.
Oh my gosh.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your, I know you and I have communicated before. You post a lot of stuff on Instagram, some of which I have shared. So tell everybody what your name is and where you are.
I wish I could put a filter on myself right now. Anyway, my name is Natalie and I live in Mayaguez, Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And I was in 16 years in corporate business, and now I am a stay-at-home mother here.
Okay.
And so my son is 6 years old, and our new normal basically is homeschooling as best we can with a lot of the resources and materials that our local school has provided us. But we are very much so taking it seriously to stay home and not ever leave. And my husband does have to he has to work, and he leaves the house every now and again. And so we fully, the guy that you had on one of your IG lives who did the full decontamination for his immune compromised.
Oh my God, the man from Bill. I've never seen anything like that before. That was amazing. You know, I put him on TV. I used him on television. Crazy. It was amazing.
It was funny though, because I was already starting to think about how do we do that, because my husband comes home and everything. So we literally decontaminate him as much as possible. When he comes home, he's got to immediately wash his hands the right way. We literally, I mean, all the clothes off, put him in the washing machine, go upstairs and take a shower, and completely stay away from us for a little bit of time, because I was like, oh, that makes so much sense, you know? So, and as far as being nervous or scared, like, frankly, I really wasn't initially. I wasn't worried or concerned much at all until things started to snowball a little over this past week, because I had stage 3 breast cancer about 6 years ago, and they caught it not early, they caught it in time. And so I had a hysterectomy scheduled. There's a lot of TMI, but I had a hysterectomy scheduled for April 8th in Florida at the Mayo Clinic. I obviously am not going to do that, but instead what I need to do if I don't get the hysterectomy is I have to have this shot called a Lupron shot, which means that the type of cancer I had was estrogen receptive. And I absolutely cannot have estrogen flood through my body, and that's happened before, and it's very dangerous. If I have a random wandering cancer cell, it would be like an antenna receptor and pick up on it. So my fear right now, suddenly it started hitting me the other day that either I have to figure out, do I fly back to Florida to get the Lupron shot, possibly get stuck there and not get back home to my son if the airport does shut down, which I hope it doesn't, but it might. Or do I try desperately to find someone locally here? And so it's been really nerve-wracking because I can't have wiggle room in that time frame. I absolutely need that 3-month shot. So
listen, let's talk through this. I mean, if you can't find it on the island and secure it, you know, let's talk about the risks. So the risks are you wait, and the U.S. government allows the governor to close the airport in San Juan. But I will tell you what I heard, and apparently this is some confusion. The National Guard told me yesterday that the governor's request is not to close all air travel to Puerto Rico. It's to close the San Juan airport and reroute people through Isla Verde, which is the private or so airport in San Juan. That's a big game changer, because all I was told was she wanted to shut down the airport. So, but my guidance and advice to you is I wouldn't rely on that. So the question is, what is better for you? Is it better for you? Because that shot, you can't miss that. So do you go back to Florida? Do you get the shit? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, the risk basically is, do I fly back to Florida and come right back for that shot, expose myself to the virus, self-quarantine within my home, and I have a 6-year-old son, or really that's the option, because if I don't have that shot and estrogen floods through my body because I'm a young person, I absolutely, that's the game changer for my body.
So is the shot on the island? Have you looked?
Actually, it all kind of, it's thanks to your town halls that made me start thinking, wait a second, I really need to think a little longer right now with my appointment on this. And I started to imagine, okay, wait a minute, I've got to plan this better and think about it, because I was sort of like, it's going to be fine. You know, we'll rebound sooner rather than later. And then as we start doing these town halls, I don't know if you're calling them town halls, but I call them town halls, but it's something where it helps educate me on what's happening, not here on the island, but in the States, and what I need to do to map it out more efficiently. And so it wasn't really until Friday that I was like, think.
Good,
and
good.
So,
hey, good. This is a light bulb aha moment. So make that
and also, not to interrupt, I'm sorry, but because of the interaction that you have done, it has actually put me in contact with other viewers who then messaged me and said, hey, there is try this oncologist, because it's kind of the breast cancer I had is in my rear view mirror, thank God. But they messaged me and said, I saw you on this Instagram Live, and here's an oncologist phone number who might have that particular drug that will help. So I have 2 contacts, or actually 3, based on this, that have, I hope on Monday when I call, they might have the drug available. They either have it in a 1-month dosage or a 3-month dosage. I don't care what it is. 1 month buys me more time, you know. So thanks to this, that's what's helped me get contacts, because as you know, in Puerto Rico, you kind of have to know someone to get something.
So guess what? I know an oncologist in Puerto Rico well enough to at least tell you to check him out. So Dr. Fernando Cabanillas, who is like a legend. Dr. Cabanillas reached out to me a few weeks ago because he had a patient who he was trying to get tested.
Was that him?
That doctor who was trying to get a patient tested for COVID-19, and the government wouldn't do it. We did the interview, they did it, and the patient was positive. Dr. Cabanillas was right. Now, Dr. Cabanillas worked at MD Anderson in Houston, and when I posted the story, people started lighting up social media like, oh my God, he's so respected, he's so well, even people in Houston who were like, oh wow, Dr. Cabanillas. So he is a wonderful man. And I would encourage you to, you know, I don't know, call his office, do something. But
absolutely,
listen, prioritize that. I know you are, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Keep up what you're doing, because for me, as someone who's new to this island, in the past few years, I really don't watch the news a lot. And then a friend of mine referred me to your accounts. And that is totally how connected I have felt to the island, the community. I'm trying to learn Spanish. It's very difficult. It's very fast Spanish. So your guidance, your insight, your posts have been so incredible for me. I
Awesome.
Thank you enough.
Awesome. Makes me so happy to hear. Thanks for chatting, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Bye,
love.
David.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm looking at the governor of New York.
That the president is talking about, I think is also right. But the corporate funding
He's updating us on
to corporations
stuff.
at the taxpayers' expense. Let's learn from what happened in 2008. I was Attorney General at that time in the state of New York, where we bailed out corporations. They bought back stock. They paid.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello?
David,
Hello?
how are you?
I'm okay.
What a surprise.
Are you driving?
Yes.
Okay, well, put the phone down so we don't make everybody nervous.
Don't worry. There's very little people out here, but for the viewers that are out here, I'm a trucker. I am delivering to a Giant's food store for the chain supply. I've been trying to get a hold of you for 2 days.
Oh, you a hero. All right, just put the phone down before you make me nervous, and then I get blamed for getting
We're
you in
good.
trouble.
We're good. It's on the
All right,
dashboard.
okay. So what's your name?
My name is Jose.
Jose, and where are you in the world?
We are right now. I'm in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and what are you delivering?
I am delivering.
Oh no. Jose, you're breaking up. Hang in there, buddy. We'll get you back. Hang in there, buddy. Oh no. We're going to stick with you, Jose. Hang on. Oh no. Oh. Probably see me. Jose, we lost you. So we're going to get you back in because I would love to hear the story of a trucker that's another hero. We talk about the heroes, right? That's another hero. So yeah, he was making me nervous driving too, but we'll get Jose back on. We're going to get you back, Jose. By the way, if y'all think this looks funny, I just like when my ears are warm. That's all this is about. Just get warm ears. See, that's what it's come down to. I've been in my house so long that just having warm ears is pleasing. The bar is low. Hello?
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 Oh, hi, David. Hi.
Well, hello. What is your name?
Maria from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico.
Maria, what is your new normal?
Well, I go to the University of Puerto Rico, and we haven't had classes. Classes were canceled, so they're about to start this week online. And my mom is a doctor, so I've been having to adjust to her going to the hospital because she goes to 2 different hospitals, and she has her own private office. So yeah, that's been interesting.
When she comes home, what is she doing? Because there's a chance she could be infected and bringing it home to you. So, like, what's the best practice y'all are using?
Well, she's taking all of the precautions, and she's always using gloves and masks, and she takes off her clothes quickly. She showers downstairs and, like, does everything and stays her distance. And to take care of her patients, she's also been using like cell phones, so she hasn't been directly, letting patients into the office.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so she's been careful.
Gotcha. And are you doing some online classes?
Well, they're about to start this week, so tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Got it.
yeah.
All right.
But
So
there's like I heard there's like a shortage of masks in the hospital, which is what worries me the most because I've seen a lot of doctors getting sick, and that's like our doctors are heroes, so it's like that's what gets me a little bit nervous.
They are our heroes.
Yeah.
They are. It's funny how life happens to remind you of the heroes amongst us, like Jose, the trucker who's delivering food. Like, that's a hero right now, because I've said time and time again, if they shut down the supermarkets, that's when y'all gonna hear me. That's when I'm going to be on here letting you know that I'm having a little bit of a panic situation. So, what kind of doctor is your mama?
She's internal medicine.
Internal medicine. Well,
Everything. Yeah.
We are thankful for her, and I'm thankful for you for joining in and giving us a little bit of your slice of life.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Thank you for all that you're doing. I really appreciate it.
Well, you are more than welcome. I thank you. Have a good. Bye, Maria.
Bye.
All right. Is our man Jose back? No, I don't see Jose yet. That's all right. We're gonna get you, Jose. You're not gonna be left out. He was so excited to be on too.
Hi, David.
Hello. What is your name?
My name is Omaira.
And where?
I'm in Kissimmee, Florida.
Kissimmee. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm Puerto Rican. And that's my son running away because he don't want to be in camera.
You don't want to be. That's okay. You don't have to be. Tell me about your new normal, love.
All right. This is my new normal. I work for Orlando Health. So I'm still working. I work for a physician. I work in the clinics. Our new normal is not normal because it's kind of crazy. Every day and constantly it's changing. So we get meetings, I'm not kidding, like every 2 hours. Because we're trying to figure out how we're going to deal with the patients that are coming in, how we're going to protect the patients that are coming in, how we're going to protect us, and how we're going to protect our family. So it's a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
It's a little bit stressful because my son, he works in a resort, so he's still working. So every time I get home, you know, it's like I was telling my mom the other day, she still lives in Puerto Rico, and she's like, she's worried that I'm still working. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the family. Because when you work in the health department, you're constantly with a lot of sick people, a lot of viruses, a lot of other things that come around. But right now we are uncertain of what's going on. So for me, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit emotional.
That's okay.
I'm just concerned about the family, you know. As that my parents live in Puerto Rico. They're older. And you don't really know because you try to take care of yourself as much as possible. You know, we're cleaning these offices like in between patients. We're doing assessments to our patients before they come in. You know, have you been out of the country? Have you traveled out of state? Because before it was out of the country, but now it's like, have you traveled in, you know, to other states? Have you been in contact with somebody that is sick or might have the virus? Or, you know, so it's constantly changing. And at first I was like, okay, you know, this is going to pass. We'll be fine. But the changes are dramatic. They're drastic. So I'm so uncertain that, you know, it kind of scares me. I just keep on praying and keep on telling God to guide us. And at work, I do the same thing. You know, I try to protect me, my coworkers, the patients coming in. But there's so much you can do. There's not many things that we are really knowledge about this situation. We don't know. We really don't know.
Listen, we say what we don't know. We acknowledge what we don't know. We admit that we are learning each day with new guidance that is coming out. The doctors are learning. So it's not like we're ignoring information. The doctors are learning day to day, right? It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be worried. This is a safe place to express that. And you know how I'm handling it? I'm just waking up each day. I'm finding a lot of comfort through all of you. And I'm doing and every day has been okay. And I think if we get to the end of the day and we say today was okay, then that was a good day. That was a good day. Today was okay. And so far it's okay. You know, I had a friend who's gone through a bit of a mental situation recently. And I said to her, when she said, I'm okay, I said, okay is good. okay's good. And let's not think about 2 hours from now. Let's think
Mm-hmm.
about the moment. Like I'm looking out the window and the weather is beautiful and the flag is flying and the birds are flying and it's real quiet. Like it's okay. Like we're good. We're good for now. You know, we check
Sure.
in on our loved ones. We check in on each other. We gonna get through this.
It's that's how it is, David. And,
Okay,
you
good.
know, my mom, you know, what gets me like so worried is because my mom asks me, Mayra, can you just call me every day? And I usually call her, but she wants me to be more constant. And I'm like, Ma, everything's fine. I'm okay. Yeah, but you're still working. I'm like, look, Ma, I do this because I love this, you know. I'm more worried about you. I'm more worried about, you know, my kids. Because I get home, I do what I have to do, you know, take my scrubs off, take a shower, clean everything. But the truth is, like you say, it's a daily, day to day. And not even day to day, I think hour to hour, because things are changing so much. And today I woke up and I looked outside and I saw that sun. And I'm like, you know, I'm alive.
Right.
I'm
Right.
alive. And we had this huge scare yesterday. My mom calls me from Puerto Rico and she tells me, did you find out that your niece is in the hospital and she's in quarantine? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, they think she has the virus. And I froze. But thank God she's good, you know. But now, because, again, I work in the hospital, if you have a cough, if you have a fever, there's certain things that we have to do to protect each other.
Yeah.
So there's so much we can do. Just follow the instructions, you know, wash our hands, make sure that if you touch something, clean your hands again. And I know it gets tiring. On Friday when I came back from work, my hands were cracked. That's how much we wash our hands.
Yeah.
But it's something we have to do, you know. And
Listen, I thank you. I thank you for what you are doing. And I just want you to promise me that you're going to call your mother every day.
I am. I'm calling her every single
Okay.
day.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to hear. Well, listen, stay tuned to these. The more you hear from other people's situations, the more it may make you feel more comfortable in your own situation. That's the hope, right? That's the hope. So
and I have to say this because all Puerto Ricans love you. You know this. You're another Puerto Rican. And since Maria and all that, I always followed you because I was very uncertain what was going on with my family. And every time you went around Puerto Rico, you saw what was going on, you gave me a sense of peace. And I really thank you for all the things you do for us.
Thank you. My hope about doing all of this is to give a little sense of peace.
And you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hello. What is your name?
My name is Yesenia.
Hi, Yesenia. Where are you in the world?
I'm in Florida, here in Winter Haven. I just moved from Puerto Rico in August to teach here. Okay. I'm a second grade teacher here.
Okay. How are things for you? Are you okay?
Oh, actually, I'm starting my spring break this week. We're going to start teaching online in the 30th. So we're going to be teaching online until further instructions.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Doing scrapbooking?
Yeah.
That's my new normal. Husband watching TV, here inside the home, inside the house. We're here.
How are you though? How are you?
Well, I'm getting used to this.
Yeah.
It's a new way of doing things. We have our groceries for a month. We haven't been out. We're here in our home. Passing my days just chatting with friends, watching TV, doing scrapbook. Then I'll start teaching next week. I have all set up there to do that too. It's been an adjustment, but family in Puerto Rico doing the same thing. We're from Lares, from the center of the island. So, getting used to it, to this new way of doing things.
Good. Why did you leave Puerto Rico?
I was a lawyer there for 18 years. And after Maria, things got really hard and I lost my office. So my bachelor degree is as a teacher. So I decided to come to the States, start teaching, and then when I get settled, I'll take my bar here.
Oh, I am rooting for you. That is wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, you have to adjust to times, So I will be doing it.
And Puerto Ricans have had to adjust to so much over the last 4 years.
I know, but we're strong. We're happy people. You know us. You've been there. We love you.
Absolutely.
We love you in the island. You know how it is. And we adapt. It's a little bit hard sometimes, but, we adapt. We know how to do things.
I know. I tell people all the time how Puerto Ricans are like the ultimate survivors. I mean, listen,
yes.
Everybody in life has something that if they were to share with us would break our heart, right? It's not, there are survivors all over the world.
Yeah.
But especially Puerto Ricans. I mean, you guys have been through so much and overcome. And, I'm amazed at how people like you, I don't hear you complain. I don't hear you, there's no, it just, I don't know. It's inspiring. It's inspiring to me because you would have every right, in my opinion, to sit here and lament everything you've been through and the loss of your office and the loss of that career as you knew it and having to move and working, and it's but you're not. You're doing what you have to do.
Mm-hmm. You have to move forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to move forward. We have to work it out. So
love it.
I'll be doing that.
Thank you for showing us some strength.
Thank you. Nice talking to you. Take care. We love you. You know that. We all love you.
You too.
Take care.
You too, love. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Telling you. Not one complaint. Not one complaint. She's not complaining. She's making lesson plans and moving on. It's amazing. It's amazing. I almost started singing there, you see? That's what happens when you don't leave. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. What is your name?
My name is Rosa Alicea. I am originally from Miami.
Okay.
I'm a teacher here in Miami-Dade County Public Schools.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
What is your new normal?
Well, we know that our superintendent is very up to the online. So we were ready. My school is a magnet school, so we have a lot of funding. We are the only elementary who do botanic and zoology.
Oh,
so,
wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. So our students go to the zoo and to the botanical garden twice a month and do classes over there.
That's great.
So we have the equipment. And I will say maybe 90% because we always have some of the students who their parents don't go and do the internet. So they have the laptop, but now they have to wait until the internet goes to them. But also, the superintendent did with Comcast. The internet, they have 60 days free.
That's great. That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I've been connected with the students, primary showing the parents. A good tip for the teachers, if you download Google Voice, they assign you a free number. So the text and calls go to your phone number, but with a number that is not yours. That way you connect with parents, but you still your privacy of your own number.
Oh, look at you learning the little tricks. All right now.
Yes, that way, you know, because it comes from a different. It go to your phone number, but it show you it's a voice, and then you know. Yeah. But that's mainly how you connect, because some of them they don't have. They have email, but they don't use it.
Right.
So with this texting and phone, it's very simple to talk to them, and then in some cases I had to do the WhatsApp because they don't know how to navigate. So I show them how to navigate, we usually mainly Microsoft Teams, where they will leave in the assignment for the kids. They can go there and see. We use Discovery. And my new norm is that.
I love it. Well,
yesterday, my family, all my family is in Puerto Rico. I hear how my kids and my grandkids, but my brother and all that. So my brother was doing karaoke. I was at the pool, listening to him. He was singing to me.
That's so great. That's so great.
I'm 64. My husband is 65. So we have to stay in and.
Yeah, you do. You do. Well, thank you for sharing your new normal from Miami.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. That was so nice. Her brother singing to her on karaoke. Hey, y'all, is Jose back? Is Jose the trucker back? I don't think so. I don't think Jose the trucker is back. If he is, I don't see him.
Hi.
Hello, what is your name?
Soraya, we spoke on Tuesday, actually.
Oh, we did. Okay, do you have an update?
Yes, I'm in Miami.
Okay.
And so this is the first week and I'm in lockdown, actually, because I work the whole week and I'm going to work tomorrow. But, you know, in Miami, they keep on doing more and more restrictions.
And what type of work do you do?
I work for a nonprofit.
Okay, okay.
And we're housing families with sick children.
Okay.
So I'm in the campus of Jackson Memorial as we speak.
You're on the campus now?
No, I'm at home today.
Oh, you're at home. Okay.
I'm home today. But yeah, usually, so tomorrow I'll go back to work. But so, you know, the city continues to do more and more restrictions. Today, the mayor did some restrictions on marinas and boats because I guess people are still going out. So it's of concern, of course. And but no, I mean, this whole weekend, you know, family time, doing
Amen.
Amen. Family time. We're eating a lot.
Oh yeah, we all gonna come out of this a little heavier. We just gonna have to get over it.
Yes, at least 10 or 50 more pounds, I guess.
Oh,
but yeah, no, we're just, you know, watching the news.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit actually yoga and meditation, which has been good.
Good.
I don't know if you follow Jay Shetty.
No.
So he was a monk and now he does meditation. So every day he's doing something at 12:30.
Share that on here.
Oh yeah, I will.
Like in the comments section, post what it is.
Okay, I will. And it's great.
Okay.
You know, he's doing 30 minutes of meditation and it does help, believe me.
Oh, I'll
help.
I'll try it out. I love meditation.
Yes.
All right, well, I'm glad you checked in. We're going to go talk to Jose now, the trucker who's delivering food in Pennsylvania.
All right, take care.
Okay, love, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Jose, I'm coming to you, buddy. Stand by. Okay, Jose, so don't look at the phone.
I'm pulling over. Relax. I'm pulling over. Give me a minute.
Okay. Pull over. You got take your time. Take your time.
All right, that's it. I'm pulled over. Hey, David. How's
Hello,
everything?
Jose. Okay, so where are you in the world?
Well, right now I'm on 422 in between Reading and heading to a store right now. We're just pushing along, trying to get all this freight out, and it's coming. But we're not just fast enough.
God bless you, brother. God bless you. What are you delivering?
Water, groceries, food, anything.
Okay. Everything.
We're pushing along as much as we can, but
And what
was that?
What stores do you deliver to? What stores do you deliver to?
Giants, Martins. We're coming out of York, Pennsylvania, but I'm seeing a lot of people on the road. It's like it's nothing out here, but unless you go in a supermarket. But there's no reason on the turnpike there's cars. It's a little frustrating. You know, people are still traveling along, moving along like, you know, it's just right now I'm on 422 and I see a guy with a bicycle, you know, people moving along like normal life.
I want you to know a lot of people appreciate. I want you to know a lot of people appreciate you for what you're doing.
I understand, but I'd rather be home with my kids and, you know, be safe. But I got to be out here and do this because a lot of people depend on it.
Where's your family, Jose?
I have a little protection, at least.
Good.
So, you know, that's a new norm all the time. Not afraid, you know, just keep chugging along and hopefully we get through this.
Where's your family?
My family, I have family in Lauderdale, Puerto Rico. I have family in Jersey, family in Florida. We're all over.
Are you working full time? Are they sending you out every day?
Well, my schedule is 4 days a week, and sometimes they're calling me to come in extra days because, you know, we have quite a big fleet of trucks. At least the other day I was happy to see there was 70 trucks out. You know, that means we're moving. But we can't get the stuff fast enough to the stores where, you know, some stores don't have a limit and people are just yanking the stuff without the pallet. Just putting the pallet is like people just grabbing the stuff. But not enough stuff is coming down still. You know, like yesterday, I had a situation where I'm running low on paper toilet. So I asked the lady, can I buy one at a store? She said, sure, go ahead, take one. When I went and paid it, and I was walking out of the line, a senior citizen, she froze me up. She caught me off guard. She was like, where'd you get that paper? And I just looked at her like, oh, my God, you know. Yeah, I didn't know what to tell her, and I just walked a little closer, and I said, look, wait a few minutes. I just delivered the stuff. They'll put it on the shelf in a few minutes, but it's not a lot. So don't make a big noise because if not, the store gets stirred up, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, and she froze me so bad that once I got back to the truck and I left, I was like, I should open the pack and just gave her two at least, you know, and that way she would have had something, you know?
Yeah.
It's all about sharing something, and, you know, I'm happy that when you caught me before, I had the phone up here, and I'm not watching it, but I'm listening to what you guys are doing, so I'm enjoying this as I'm driving, and I'm like, okay, well, David's on, and you caught me off guard. That's why I was like, what? That's why when I looked, I was like, what? Wait a minute, you're like, hello? I'm like, who's talking to me? There's nobody else in the truck.
Who's talking to me? Oh, that's so funny, Jose. That's so funny.
You know, it's just, you know, urge the people to stay out there, stay home, because it's like, you know, I'm sure you got a lot of followers all over the world. So, you know, and I hope something comes. You know what I think, Dave? I think you're going to have a show pretty soon on TV. Tell CBS to give you a show where you have people come on and talk about stuff.
It's something I would like to do. So we'll see what happens in the
You
future.
know,
We'll see.
and I thank you very much for, you know, bringing out all these stories that you bring out of all these people and all this goodness. You know, it makes us, wow, you know, we're hearing things, and some of us have it rough and some of us have it better, you know, but we'll get through it eventually.
Does hearing these stories while you're on the road what does it do for you, hearing these other stories that people are bringing?
It's keeping me distracted from worrying about this virus. You said the other day, it was funny because that's why I was contacting you, because you said the other day, food runs out, that's it. You know, that's when I worry. So I know some other truckers you know, and I keep contact with them, and I tell them, hey, how's your loads looking? And they're moving. You know, we're moving a lot of stuff, but we just can't handle. It's not coming out fast enough. You know, at least where we're out coming out of, it was a good sign that I went to work the other day, and there was a line of trucks. I was happy to see a line of trucks. I've never been happy to see a line of trucks. You know, that means stuff is coming into the warehouse. It's got to be, you know, distributed to the other trucks and shipped back out. So, you know, that's a good thing. So,
Jose,
you know,
your smile has made us smile. Your work has made us appreciative. We thank you. Onward, my friend. Roll on.
All right. Yep. Time to turn on back on. Thank you very much, David.
God bless you,
Take
Jose.
care. Salute to you.
Roll on. Oh, talk about make my day. Talk about make my day. Roll on, Jose. Didn't we just love that?
Hello.
So, what is your nickname?
I'm Chloe. I spoke to you earlier this week.
Oh, you did. Okay. Do you have an update?
Yeah. So I'm the master's student here in South Carolina studying epidemiology.
Yes. Oh, in Greenville.
In Greenville, yes.
With your grandma.
Yes.
I remember. What's your update, love?
Well, I am really fortunate to study where I am. So we are starting classes online tomorrow.
Okay.
And actually, one of my courses is completely now dedicated to figuring out how we can mix policy into helping this issue. So one of my classes is completely changed curriculum. So I will be in contact throughout the semester with legislators here in South Carolina. And what they're trying to do now is start the stay-at-home order. So that is what's going on in South Carolina right now. And I'm excited to be a part of it. And hopefully that gets passed soon, because unfortunately cases are rising drastically. So it's a little unfortunate, but even in my own school, there's right now there are 12 cases within campus. So, and
I want to tell y'all something. I have a brother-in-law who's a physician's assistant. He is in medical school to become a doctor. I told him last night that I think, as President Kennedy said decades ago, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that now is the time, and I encouraged him to do this. I think I think medical institutions, schools, ought to pause classes or turn classes into opportunities for people to serve.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him, you know, because his thing, and I totally respect what he said. He said, David, I've got these tests, and I got, you know, my priority is tens of thousands of dollars in medical bills. And I was like, and I said, I hear you. But I said, we are living in a time unlike any other. And I said, to me, I don't remember, you know, I've been saying people should bend a bit, right? The landlord should bend, the boss should bend. We should all be bending to what is the reality of the world now. And I think medical schools should bend to let people like you, which they are, and I'm so excited to hear, basically let you go to work now.
Yes. I'm really appreciative, because at first I was, you know, I couldn't lie, I was a little disappointed at the fact that we were just kind of getting thrown into classes, and the teachers were, you know, communicating with us that they were a little disappointed as well. So with the help of communicating with my professors, seeing if we could talk to the dean of the school, try and get for us to do some sort of community work while we're here at home. Because, I mean, that's what the school's there for, is for the community. We're not there for ourselves. We're there for the community. That's what epidemiology is.
There's no way I could go to school. There is no way I could go to school if I was in school right now and focus on some BS learning. Like, I want to be out serving right now.
Right. And I think we have the foundations to learn. I mean, you mentioned, and I thought it was really funny, I seen the talk that you had with the neuroscientist about the epidemiologist in Puerto Rico, and how she had one course of epidemiology, and look where she is now. And that's the same thing here in South Carolina. We have our state epidemiologist is also a medical doctor, and I'm only assuming she does not have a master's in epidemiology. So, you know, we have the foundations to practice and to help the community. So not only are we trying to get the stay-at-home order done, we will be starting a hotline through the school where anyone in the community can call if they have questions of where they can get testing, any questions at all, telehealth, because this whole telehealth thing is happened very rapidly, and a lot of people do not know how to do it. So that's what the hotline will be there for, and hopefully we will get that up and running sometime this weekend, and we'll be taking calls. So
listen, if somebody's got an uncle or a daddy and they're watching this and they can forward it along, and their daddy or uncle or aunt or mom or whatever runs a medical school, please ask them to consider putting those students, those that want to, maybe not everybody wants to, but those that want to, allowing them to there has to be some component of schooling where you say that real world experience will get you credit. Remember in high school when we got credit for doing community service? Give medical students credit for serving the world.
Yeah,
well,
this is what we've been wanting to do from day one. I mean, this is what I went to school for, and you know, I want to be able to practice what I've learned so far. It's valuable. It's valuable to someone.
Listen, when you go to work and you do your stuff, post it on Instagram, tag me, and I'm going to share it.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I love that. I love that. I love all of that. That's the kind of stuff we need to be doing. That's the kind of stuff we need to be doing. Hi.
Hello, I can't believe I'm on.
Well, you're on. What's your name?
Irma. I am
Irma?
from Miami, but I am originally from Puerto Rico.
Okay. And what is your new normal?
I'm home
Okay.
this weekend. I started on Friday. I work for attorneys. And honestly, here in Miami, I don't think people are taking it seriously. People are and about. I just don't know what they're waiting for. I mean, some people are home, but I just see too many people out. And it's going to happen. My daughter works in a hospital. She's a nurse assistant, and she's now on vacation. She was supposed to go to Vail to ski. Her trip got canceled, but before she started vacation, she goes, Mom, one night I got there, I had 6 patients. By the end of my shift, I had 12. And I think it's going to increase. So, I mean, government officials here, I just don't think they're doing enough, and it really worries me. You know, my daddy's from Spain. He's from Madrid. Things in Spain are just, it's really bad. I mean, the WhatsApp that I get from my family in Spain are just so scary. The cases keep doubling and tripling overnight. People dying, and they don't have enough medical supplies. My other families from Puerto Rico, they're home. And I think Puerto Rico has done it for the first time. I feel like, you know, they're being pioneers. They're doing everything like they're supposed to. And I am so proud of the governor and her initiative, and I think it's awesome.
I agree, and I believe you need to give credit where credit is due, and regardless of party, regardless of gender, regardless of everything else, the bottom line is Puerto Rico has gotten accused of reacting and not being proactive. And it appears as though this was a proactive move early on. And a lot of people want to see even more. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans I hear from that want to see the entire airport system shut down and nobody else come in. And the governor has asked the federal government to close the airport. They would still be able to fly to the airport in Isla Verde. But at any rate, I hear you. And listening to you, I don't want people to be alarmed unnecessarily, but I want you to be aware appropriately. This lady is telling you about messages she's getting from her family in Spain. Italy is setting records each day of hundreds and hundreds of people who are dying. We have to take this seriously. Being alarmed by it won't help anything, but being aware of it will hopefully keep you indoors. And, you know, I'm asking parents who are watching this to use this opportunity to sit down with your kids. And my guidance to you is bring the facts to the kids. You know, a lot of times when you're a kid, I don't want to hear my parent like droning on about something that I need, because parents are always droning on telling the kids what to do. But this is a different type of situation. Put the facts in front of the kids and let them read it in front of you. Let them watch it in front of you. We don't want to scare them. We don't want to scare our kids. But, you know, these kids who are playing on the beach in Miami and who are enjoying spring break, that's ridiculous, right? And I'd like to think that maybe their parents hadn't had a talking to with them. Listen, I thank you for weighing in.
My daughter goes to Parsons School in New York, and she's home. And I mean, obviously, her school for the rest of the semester is going to be online. But yesterday, she was seeing all the stories from her friends in Snapchat. She goes, "Mom, I'm so mad. My friends are out. They're in the boats. They're just having fun and partying and drinking, and I just cannot believe that it's happening. That whether it's the parents or, I mean, they're adults now. They're 19, 20, 21. They should have common sense, and it's going to happen to them, and it's really scary. You know, I just don't understand when it's going to happen here and when they're going to make the lockdown here, because I think it should have been done a week ago, and I don't know what we're waiting for.
Yeah, I don't know what the governor. I'm plugging my cord in because my phone battery is dying. Yeah, I don't know what the governor's waiting for. We'll have to see. I don't know, but we'll stay on it. Listen, I thank you for waiting.
If there's anything you can do, if there's any influence that you have, I would appreciate it, because we're just all waiting, and I see all these messages from people here in Florida that we really need that lockdown, and unless it comes from higher up, I don't think it's going to happen.
I hear you. I hear you. We will continue to hold them accountable by asking why they haven't shut it down already and when they may plan to. Okay?
On a good note, a new normal that we've been doing with my family in Puerto Rico at 6 p.m., we have a virtual FaceTime happy hour, and we all connect from different places, and it has become the new normal in my family, and we love it.
Come in.
So at 6 p.m., we all get together through FaceTime, and we chat for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and it's been amazing.
I love that. I love that. Well, thanks for weighing in, Irma.
And thank you for everything you've done for Puerto Rico and for I mean, you're great. You're amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, Paddington's friend is here. We stay 6 feet away, so she's got her little mask. She's going to walk him right now. He's so excited every time the door knocks. He knows it's her. He knows it's her. Okay, so I think we have 10 minutes left before the Instagram police come to get us, right? I think about 10 minutes left.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I've been watching your videos every day.
Awesome. What is your name and where are you in the world?
I'm Frances. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I've been here living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for the past 16 years.
Okay, we got 5 minutes before the Instagram police cut us off. So tell me about your new normal.
So I used to work corporate until 2 weeks ago, but because of the situation here in Miami, now I'm working from home. I have a baby, a newborn. My husband is he works in the automobile industry, so he's still working. And I just think it's ridiculous how they're making them work. Like the lady previously was saying, they should have implemented a shutdown here already. It's crazy how like people are just going everywhere, doing everything, going to the beach, going to party. Where you know, if a lockdown would have been implemented like in Puerto Rico, I think things should have gotten better. And now Florida, especially Miami and Fort Lauderdale, are one of the worst places right now. So
what type of work did you say you do?
I work in I'm a graphic designer.
Okay, understood.
Designer.
And
Yeah,
you're at home, right?
Yeah, I'm at home. I'm working from home.
Because I saw you and it looked like you were in a bathing suit and I was like, oh Lord, please don't tell me this lady's on the beach.
Oh, no. I worked out here in my backyard. I'm at home.
Great. How old is the baby?
The baby's 4 months.
4 months. Bless.
So we're just staying here. We're just going out to the backyard. That's all we're doing. But it still doesn't make sense that people like my husband, they're still going to work. And he comes home, so it's a big risk. And I feel like if the lockdown was implemented, things would, recovery would speed up here in South Florida.
Why can't he work from home? I mean, he works in the automobile industry. Can he not work from home?
No, because he has to deal with clients. But I feel like, it's one of those things that I don't think that, it's not an imperative job like being at the hospital or anything. So, and I feel like a lot of us here in South Florida are like that right now. And for the first time, Puerto Rico, I feel, is doing things ahead of us. And I think that if, more people were to talk about it and the government would step in and talk about it and, you know, create the lockdown, it would speed things up.
I have to share with you a comment from a lady because it's so true. She said, we don't have backyards here in New York City. Everybody's a little jealous looking at you standing in the bright, beautiful Florida sunshine in your backyard.
It's pretty hot, actually. It's in the 80s. So, yeah, I just, like I said, I did a workout and it's pretty hot. So
Yeah.
we're blessed. At least we're blessed because of that.
Well, listen, I hope your husband is able to work from home. I mean, the car industry, God bless them, is not essential service right now.
Exactly.
So
That's exactly what I think.
Let's be realistic. And as you said, the concern is your husband catching something, but your husband bringing it home to you and the baby. That's the concern here.
That's my concern as well.
Yeah. That's the concern here. So listen, I thank you for weighing in.
And thank you. And I'm glad I was able to connect. I watch you every day, all the times that I'm able to connect. And thank you because we're all very grateful for what you have done for the island.
I thank you. My best to you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, okay, friends, the Instagram police are not getting me this time. Nope. Keep your handcuffs in your pocket. You ain't getting me this time. So I'm going to take a sanity break. I'm going to exercise. Then I'm going to eat lunch. And then we'll do something this afternoon. I also have to figure out, oh, my Lord, the New York governor says up to 80% of New Yorkers will get COVID-19. Up to 80%. Interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as I have. Listening to all of you is comforting. It is informational. It is inspiring. And every time I do this, you guys remind me why I want to keep doing it. So, all right, we'll talk soon.